So this is the part 2 of the 3-part series on configuring a 3-node Kubernetes cluster using Ansible. So if you have not gone through the part 1, I'll first of all recommend you to go through that one. In this part 2, we are going to prepare all the nodes for cluster configuration. So now first of all, in the previous part, we have installed the Git. So now this is my Git repository. This is my repository in which I have stored all the Ansible files to configure this cluster. So we'll copy basically the URL. Okay. You can also use this URL, or you can download as well to the master. So here I am cloning it. So git clone and the URL. So what will be done is all the files of the repository will be downloaded to my PWD. So let's see, YL K8 Ansible 3-node cluster folder is downloaded. Let's get into it that and inspect which files are there inside it. Okay, these are the files. Now we can go to that Git repository and can check for those same files. These files are there, right? So these are the files which are present. Okay. So in this way you can clone the Git repository to your Linux system. Now let's go through some of the important files. So first one will be my host file. So in this you have to make an entry of the master node and its IP address and the worker nodes along with their IP addresses. Then save. The next important file is the environment variable. In this one you just do one thing. You have to give your master's IP address over here and let the CIDR be like this. The CIDR subnet will be used for your cluster. Now you have to copy this environment folder, variable folder, to the playbooks folder, okay, which is present inside this directory. So we are copying. Okay, so now it's copied. Now let's check that after doing this we must run the setup kubernetes cluster.yml file. So if I'll run this using the Ansible playbook command, then these 3 YML files will be executed. So let's go to that playbooks folder and inspect what are the files. So first of all I'll tell you about the prerequisites. Okay. So the prerequisites is nothing but it disable the swap partition on all the nodes, because Kubernetes doesn't support swap. So there is a swap of command which disables all this. So it is in the prerequisites.yml. Then this is basically an important file. Okay, this setting of the node YML, in which first of all it is creating a repository. Okay, adding the repository for your Kubernetes. Then this is the base URL from which will be downloaded. Okay, and after that Docker is installed and firewall-d service is installed on all the nodes. Now about these packages. So what are the required packages? Where it is listed? Go to the env variables file. Okay, in that it is mentioned. So if I go to that, I can check. See here under packages, kubeadm and kubectl are there. So those will be downloaded and installed. The next services. See, these services Docker, kubectl and firewall-d. Those services will start, and then the ports will be enabled. So the third section says about that. Now if you go to the master node.yml, and this is used to configure the master node. Okay, so basically it will create a token, okay, and store in the join_token file, so that worker nodes can use this while joining into the cluster. Okay, you can see there is a worker join file as well. So now we could have done this, okay, could have run this file, but before to that I want that we need a mechanism which will auto login, means sitting on the master we can auto log into all the nodes to run these YML files in my Ansible playbook. So let's set up the keygen infrastructure. So there is a, on my master there is a folder .ssh. So I'll go to that folder first and will run the ssh keygen command to generate my public and private key. Okay, so this is created. Okay, we can check that by listing it. So see, there is a ID RSA which is a private and ID RSA PUB is a public. So let's see the public one. Okay, so this is the fingerprint. This is called a fingerprint. So now copy this. Okay, and create a file vi authorized underscore keys. This will help us to authenticate and do a auto login using the fingerprint. So you have to do this on the master as well. So now paste it and save. Okay, this is done. Similarly, go to the worker nodes. So there is no .ssh folder. So create one first and give permission 700 so that other users can execute this, and then create a file inside it and give it a 600 so that you can write inside it. Then open the file and save. Paste the thing and save. Okay, now go to the node. Already I have done this. I have created the authorized underscore keys file. So here also the same thing. Okay, now what I am going to do is I am going to test the mechanism. So sitting on a master, I am trying to do a SSH. So click yes. So doing this, what it will do is it will permanently add the fingerprint, so that in the future, while logging into the worker 1, that is with 137.136, okay, there will be no password required. And similarly, I am doing for the same for the worker 02, that is 192.168.137.138. Okay, similarly I am again doing it for the master as well. This is it for the part 2, and we'll continue in the part 3.